At number 9 we have the first ST on the list, the Astronomer's Gown. Now you probably don't even know what the heck this item is, but you most likely got one of these tokens while doing Oryx Freeze. It's the most recently dropping in the game ST set alongside the Trickster ST set from Spectral Penitentiary, but has technically been in the game for over a year. It's just been locked behind pay to win for a while. However, now you can forge it by getting one of these item stacks from Oryx Free and bringing it to the forge alongside 60 ST forge materials including an ST armor and 600 forge fire. Is it worth the craft though? Hell yeah it is! This robe is really simple, 15 defense and 7 attack, with the ability proc where you gain 3.6 seconds of Energized. Now, Energized is one of the best buffs in the game, if not the best, because it's so rare. It gives you 10 extra mana per second even if you're in combat, which is equal to 80 wisdom worth of regen. This is really comparable to one of the best robes in the game that you most likely have heard about because it's not underrated. A lot of people talk about it, the Twilight Shroud. This item has less favourable stats in my opinion. Maybe if you're a noobling they're better. It's 60 HP, 50 MP, 10 def and 5 speed. I prefer the attack to be honest. However, the effect of the Shroud is the reason why people talk about it so much. You restore 100 mana on shooting when in combat below 50% mana with a 5-second cooldown. So if we compare the robe effects, the Astronomer's Robe gives 10 mana per second permanently, and the Twilight Shroud gives 20 mana per second. But the Shroud comes with a steep cost where it requires you to be in combat, and it's not really worth choosing to get into combat to proc the ability, because once you do, it guts your wisdom regen and your pet M heal. I prefer dodging the bullets personally, so unless you're constantly getting hit, the Astronomer's Gown might actually give you more mana than the Twilight Shroud. Plus, you need to do shatters for that robe, and who the hell wants to do that? I guess if you want to make your mana regen even more bananas, you can always swap to the Shroud when you do take damage, and then swap back to the Astronomers for absolutely disgusting mana regen. One thing that you can do is if you have one of those extra astral stacks from Oryx Free, you can craft an Eye of Divination as well, which is otherwise half the cost in the ST materials and the forge file. This ring gives a solid amount of HP and MP based on your current attack, and you get 33 more HP and MP from the 2-piece set bonus as well as 4 attack. The ring also increases the duration of the Energize to 5.6 seconds. Now don't get tempted by completing the set or just crafting the staff with the orb, because I don't think they're worth the craft. They cost 2 of those astral stacks and they're not good enough in my opinion. But isn't the Astronomer's Gown surprisingly cool?